Good morning, everybody. I am JJW. This is rumble.com/JJW. Also on those lesser streaming services of Twitch and Twitter and YouTube. Welcome back. Today is Friday. This weather, man, it just gets you like all up in here. Today is Friday, and that's the wrong one. Here we go. Deacon will be here in a second. He's doing editing. We got a lot of stuff to talk about today. I don't know if any of it's super interesting, but we're going to talk about drones. We're going to talk about missiles. We're going to talk about movies, and that includes zombie movies. So today's episode title is Don't You Missile Zombie Movies? I do. I missile a good zombie movie. Struggled with that. And I'm gonna big shout out to Mrs. JJ. A good portion of that awful title is her idea. So welcome back. It's Friday. We're about to go into the weekend. If you haven't already, please hit like and subscribe. Share this video with your friends on the social media. So in fact, I'm gonna do it right now. I'm gonna push the share on Rumble, and I'm gonna go Twitter it myself. Here we go. Tweet. Oh, that feels so good. It feels so good to tweet her. Okay. What is up, everybody? Let's look. I'm always lost. This stupid screen over here confuses me. Let's look at this first. This, I believe, was posted yesterday afternoon on the Associated Press, which, as you all know, is totally legit news, 95 out of 100. North Korea fires 23 missiles, prompting an air raid alert in South Korea. This is by Hyung-Jin Kim on November 2nd. From Seoul, South Korea, the Associated Press reports that air raid sirens sounded on a South Korean island and residents evacuated to underground shelters after North Korea fired more than 20 missiles Wednesday, at least one of them in its direction and landing near the rival's tense sea border. South Korea quickly responded by launching its own missiles into the same border area. Awesome. Great. Wow, I'm behind my own sticker. That's not good. Let me get, I am working on a replacement for that and to fix that up. Didn't even notice. Looks like Deacon is getting ready. What's up, D? What's happening? Let's see Deacon for a second. Deacon, want to join up in here?
I'm here.
Good morning, sir. How you doing?
Hello.
Don't you missile zombie movies, Deacon?
Gesundheit? What did you just say?
Don't you missile zombie movies? Drone? No?
I don't
know. Look at the title of the
show.
Look at the title of the show.
Don't you missile zombie movies? I don't.
That's like a 2-in-1, like kind of double pun, I think.
It is?
Yeah.
I don't get it.
You have to listen to it rather than read it.
Okay.
I
don't get it.
All right. Well, we got missiles flying over South Korea.
What am I missing? I mean, what am I missing about the joke?
We got I have a random assortment of weird ass stories that I'm talking about today, and there's no theme. So I figured, why don't I try to tie them together with more nonsense?
Why didn't you? Okay, purple unicorn basket weaving contest.
I mean, at least I'm on topic of the stories. I'm on topic of the stories. We got missiles here flying from North Korea over into the water near South Korea. North Korea does this all the time. Korea does this every year. They do it right around the time that the United States military and South Korea are doing military exercises, because we annually do preparations and for
election. They'll do it around.
That's true. That's times. Yeah. So it might be
I'm sitting in a different chair.
Dictator Kim over there. It might be Kim trying to push on our elections a little bit. More likely, he's responding to United States and South Korea doing war exercises. And he always does this in order to rattle the sabers. And then when they go to talk to the U.S. and the West and whatever to get concessions, oh, we'll stop firing missiles if you'll give us rocket technology, computer technology, grain, whatever. This is the firing guns is the North Korean version of opening barter to trade.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think there's going to be any nuclear missiles launched. However, the defense secretary, Austin, threatens, this is our defense secretary, North Korea shot some missiles into the water over, in east of Seoul, east of South Korea. And our defense secretary says, oh, we'll threaten to end the Kim regime if North Korea fires a nuclear weapon.
Mm-hmm. They'll threaten to end.
Yeah.
That means they'll say something.
Yeah. Well, United States is not doing anything to North Korea. We got bigger problems in the world than the Hermit Kingdom. Manuel asks if we blow up zombies in movies. Depends on the zombies. Right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I've got great zombie news, but I'm holding it to the end of the show. So
okay.
How awful and bad the actual show is in the present, you have to hang in there to get to the good stuff. Isn't that's a good strategy, I feel like. Okay. All right. So our defense secretary is responding to North Korea shooting some honestly some crappy ballistic missiles into the ocean. The United States is threatening to end an entire country over it. So we have the dumbest. I'm not even going to pull the page up. We have the dumbest leaders in the world. Deacon, I think this was your story. This is the drone part, and I didn't want to start the drone part without you. I think this was yours.
I didn't
Wasn't
see
this yours?
the finished thing.
I got it. You can see it. I'll show it to you. Yeah. Cool. Yeah. So this is honestly the article you have is just a bunch of text. It's not worth looking at, but I'll pull the video up in just a second. Okay. 500. This is posted on yesterday night. 500 drones will form a giant Candy Crush ad above New York City.
Last night.
These are yeah, that was last night. So these drones are equipped to fly into the sky. I'll pull the video up while I read the story. That'll be a good thing. And here you go. Look at that. Oh, let me get this. We don't need sound. We need sound.
This is just the beginning of stuff like this, JJ.
Oh my God, dude, this is gonna be so bad. Can you imagine how irritating
in the 80s?
Can you see it moving?
Movies, yeah.
Here, can you see that? I think you can see that pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. A 10-minute long choreographed performance was organized for the game Candy Crush for that game's 10th anniversary. Can you believe it's been 10 years?
Wow.
And have you ever played Candy Crush?
Yeah, 10 years ago, but I have a coworker that spends a lot of money playing Candy Crush. Like,
look at that.
The equivalent of
right
what these people spent on Contest of Champions, she spends on Candy Crush.
My wife was telling. I told my wife about this morning, and she said that her sister got hooked on this game while she was on maternity leave. So so you saw it animated the Candy Crush logo, and then it animated some character kind of moving around or whatever. And you right here, you see all the drones kind of moving from the display area into a grid pattern. And this is actually pretty cool. I was like, what are they doing over here? Oh, this is them collecting the drones to put them up to land. So
You got to imagine how much logistics goes into flight patterns and stuff like that to schedule something like this. We're not going to see. I don't think we'll ever see them all over the sky, peppering the sky all over the place, just because of the way we have planes and stuff flying everywhere. But this is This is going to be new normal. Fireworks shows will go away in the coming 20, 30, 40 years to shows that are like this.
oh
And it
no,
would go
that
away.
would be awful, to be honest.
Oh, I don't give two shits about fireworks. I always thought that was stupid. People just
Oh, you don't
I
like fireworks?
no, I always wondered why people just burn up their money. People in these neighborhoods, they'll go and spend $10,000 on fireworks, and you're just lighting your money on fire to me for 2 seconds of a sparkle in the air. It's not for
Yeah.
me, man. No, that's just
Yeah, you
there's
know, like
more
it's
important things
okay.
to spend money on than that, in my opinion. I've never been one with a lot of money, so if I've got money, I'm surely not going to fucking light it on
Well,
fire.
I don't really buy fireworks a lot, but my aunt and my uncle and my cousins had property out in like North Texas, and
Mhm,
when I was younger, like 20 years ago, every year for 4th of July, our entire family, like
mhm.
all over, would all kind of like go up to their property in North Texas, where it was
And have
like
a
it was
family
country.
thing, and yeah, and
and
that's great.
and we would have like dozens of people there, and they had this field, and then they would do, my aunt and whatever, they would do a fireworks show in the field,
Yeah.
and it was like, it's pretty big for just
And
a family.
that's cool. I'm not trying to disrespect anybody by saying anything like that. If you spend thousands of dollars on
Oh,
fireworks, that's completely fine. I don't have thousands of dollars to ever spend on fireworks,
I
so
I
I'm
don't know.
not. I personally think the it's ridiculous. It's silliness, but
Yeah,
there's a lot of
okay.
things I do that people think are silly,
I
so I
mean,
don't care.
I don't know. I just think it's
Alright.
like bright and pretty and smells of black powder. uh,
Those drones, I never smell the black powder, but it's bright and pretty, but the drones can do a little bit more than that.
Yeah. Mr. E says that fireworks support the Chinese economy, which supports the Russian war machine, which supports World War III. Hashtag woke.
I mean,
He's got
is
a
he
good point.
wrong about any of those facts? No.
Yeah, but don't we get the drones from China also?
I don't know.
So,
Do we have drones made in the United States? I don't know if we have very many
do we
fireworks made
have
in the United States.
anything made in the United States?
Oh, shit. That's true.
All right. So we got drones, we got missiles. We have to hold off a little bit on the zombies, though. Uh, welcome to the show. Let's see, we got Manuel, we got Brian here over on Rumble, we got Mr. E. Good morning, everybody. Okay, I feel super uncomfortable about this. I have avoided Yeezy's business
Oh,
for the
God.
last week. I've just been like, I'm not talking about Yee. I'm not talking about Yee. And somebody put the Yee story up in here, and now I have to talk about it.
Oh,
Uh,
I didn't want to talk about I didn't give a shit about I don't want to talk about Kanye. I want to talk about
okay,
the
cool.
fact that two black men
Oh, okay.
patented that fucking phrase
Yeah,
just
yeah,
to
yeah.
keep that phrase from being used anywhere being sold and made a profit from. So two black
Yeah.
men thought that they should uh what does it say in the fucking article? Read the article. They
Yeah,
should take
yeah, 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 yeah.
whatever
Well, actually,
to
I did read the
protect
art.
people from that phrase. And I think we shouldn't. I think I shouldn't fucking talk about this. Is what I think I fucking should.
This is Deacon lit this bomb and
I'm
threw it
an
at me and was like, I
fucking
shouldn't
bomb.
talk about this. Here, JJ. Oh, okay. All
No, I didn't
right.
want to talk about what's his dumbass. He's not
Yeah.
even a dumbass. Some of the shit he says is fucking true. I just
I
wanted to talk
I
about how stupid this is. What if two white men owned Black Lives Matter and owned that fucking phrase? And anytime anybody tried to put it on a shirt or sell it or anything, they sued the fuck out of you.
Right.
How would you feel about that? How would society feel about two white men owning a phrase that a powerful phrase in this society today, just for the fact to
Well,
keep it?
there is.
I mean,
Okay.
is
All
that
right.
the
So,
society that we should? I just, I just think these two fucking guys are fucking idiots.
well, all right. So I will allow me to set the stage, because there's probably some people who are like, "What about Kanye? Didn't he write that Gold Digger song or something?" Yes, he's also kind of a crazy genius. He's always kind of right on the edge, and he does not adhere to anybody else's standards of what you're supposed to say or think. He's just going to say or think whatever he wants. When everybody's wearing Black Lives Matter shirts, Kanye comes up with a White Lives Matter shirt, and at this Paris art show a couple weeks ago with Candace Owens, and it just made like everybody mad. I'm gonna turn Deacon camera off. He's gone. He's gone dark for a second. I don't know what he's doing. You can turn yourself back on when you want, Deek. Kanye recently said some stuff about his business partners or business competition that was inappropriate, that was literally interpreted as anti-Semitism, but I don't know if it is or not. I don't really have any idea. So here we go. We got Kanye West can't sell White Lives Matter shirts because two black men own the trademark. This is on CNN.com by Jamble. Justin looks. Oh, and Nicole Chavez. Okay, no, Nicole Chavez. So the funniest part of this to me is that these guys didn't trademark it, and I don't think they paid for it. Two black radio hosts in Arizona could be a potential roadblock if Kanye ever decided to sell shirts. Ramses Ja and Quentin Ward, hosts of a weekly racial justice radio show called Civic Cipher, became the legal owners. Listen to this language. Became the legal owners of the phrase's trademark for its use in clothing late last month. Taking ownership, not filing for the trademark. Taking ownership of the trademark for the phrase "White Lives Matter" was a difficult decision for the hosts, they said, because they agreed that it was clear that if somebody stood to gain from it, whatever, they have an agenda, and they don't want people making money off of this phrase. This phrase was trademarked by somebody else, a listener, a white listener, and then the white listener, I believe it said white listener, but I could be mistaken on that, said he felt uncomfortable owning the phrase, and so handed it over to these guys. So they didn't even patent it themselves. It wasn't their idea. They're just they own it though. They own a phrase. I don't understand how they can own a phrase
around this. Oh, that's a
What?
pretty cool plot line. I would have
that?
wrote that. That's cool.
What?
Hey, we
What?
didn't. Hey, we didn't go to try to get it, man. Some white listener gave it to us because we felt white guilt. What am I supposed to do? Geez, we just took it because we felt obligated in order to protect the world from this devastating, terrible, evil phrase.
Oh, here it is, right here.
We feel obligated to protect you. So thank you, white guilt person listener who felt bad about this. That's a beautiful fucking script. I mean, that's beautiful.
You know what? This entire story is probably horse shit.
It is horse shit.
Hold on, listen. Hold on.
Look how they're set up in that picture.
Listen, the trademark was first filed last month. Data from the U.S. Patent Trademark Office shows on the same day that West wore a shirt with an image of Pope John Paul II on the front and the words "White Lives Matter" written on the back. He wore the shirt during a surprise catwalk in Paris. Okay. The person who initially secured the trademark transferred its... Hold on. Let me finish. The person who initially secured the trademark transferred its ownership to Ja and Ward's company, Civic Cipher, weeks later, according to data from the Patent Office. CNN has reached out to the original owner for comment. Civic Cipher told CNN the original owner of the trademark is a listener of the show and wishes to remain anonymous. Ja and Ward don't know why the listener initially bought the rights to the phrase, but they speculate that when the term went viral again, the listener, quote, no, okay, so this is their suspicion. They think this. The listener no longer felt they were the right person to champion these efforts. But hold on, back up to right here. The trademark was filed on the same day that West wore the shirt. Do you know what that means? That means that Kanye West, who's, by the way, a billionaire and can afford to do this, he can easily challenge this and say, oh, no, I have prior art. I made my shirt before they filed that patent. He could just turn this thing over. This is going to go nowhere. True. So if these two knuckleheads think they can stop Kanye West from selling a shirt that, honestly, I don't care about, but if they think they could, that's not going to work. These idiots. CNN, you guys are dumb. All right.
They just want a headline to get two idiot dads talking about it for 5 minutes in the morning.
Yeah. Okay. Stupid asses. Who cares? Deacon to White Lives Matter.
No. Absolutely not. Kill Whitey. Fuck Whitey.
Oh, wow.
Bunch of fucking honky crackers.
Oh,
God damn. Get those sons of bitches out of here.
Hey, guys.
All they've been doing all their fucking lives is going around the world capturing people and bringing them back on boats over here to America. That's all they do. White people, they're just a bunch of fucking slave masters. So kill them all.
Yeah. Hey, guys, before YouTube cancels the show, I'm going to remind you to go right here to rumble.com/JJW, where crazy stuff can be said on the air and not be deleted.
I've got Native American blood in me on both sides, very close. Does that mean I can say kill Whitey?
No.
Can I say kill Whitey? I can't.
I'm not going to tell you what to say.
What's the appropriate negative connotations to use towards Caucasian people? Because I know there are appropriate racial connotations to use. I just don't know which appropriate. You can't be racist to any race except white people. So which ones are acceptable to white people? Do you know? Because I'm still trying. I'm trying to figure it out.
This stuff is not an issue for me because I don't believe in white people.
Oh, you don't think they exist?
Yeah, I don't think there's any
concept.
White. I just don't believe it. I think that we're all. I mean, like you're like the 9,000th generation of human. We're all mixed up. You got Neanderthal in you, bro. There's Neanderthal in you. So, there's no. It doesn't matter to me. I don't care, but I understand it does matter to some people for some reasons. It doesn't matter to me.
I'm being an asshole to everyone watching and think I'm being serious. I'm being very assholey, sarcastic. You have to know
for somebody that doesn't like fireworks. Deacon sure loves to take a whole pile of fireworks and put them in my hands, light them on fire, and then I have to hold them.
I'm sorry. You love me, though.
It's fine. Hey, what's the worst that could happen?
We get taken off YouTube.
I
lose my CCP status because I said fuck Joe Biden.
yeah. People. Hey, by the way, no, and I'm not going to talk about it. Like,
I'm not going to badmouth them. I want to.
I don't have as visceral opinions. Deacon has his own distinct opinions. I have my opinions. They're not as. I think I'm impassioned. You know what? If I don't know why I'm talking about this. Some people, and I'm not saying you are, I'm just saying, because like, for instance, my wife would agree. My wife has emotional highs and emotional lows and the delta between high and low pretty high. I have got like emotional highs and lows about like this. So I'm usually like, and I get upset on rare occasion. Do I get really upset? So we're all different. That's what I'm saying.
My fuse is like this big. If you haven't realized, if that,
I have learned. I am learning to, as your friend, I am learning to be a little cautious in the morning, especially when I wind these things up. I'm like, oh, this will be a great.
But guys, in my defense, right now, as we're doing this show at 6:30 a.m., if we were to start this show at 8:30 a.m., you would get a completely different Andy.
Oh,
I'm telling you, you get a completely different Deek. My brain chemicals have to sort out. It takes them a while to sort out in the freaking mornings, man. And I honestly say this as somebody has picked this up over decades. So it takes a couple of hours, by 8 o'clock, 7:30, 8 o'clock, I'm like pretty normal person,
It
but in the
takes a little while
morning,
to wind up.
it takes a little while because it's 6:30 and you're got Joe Biden, you're giving me, I'm getting all this stuff that's like,
I know.
It
Oh
just
my God.
it just fires me up,
Hey,
and that's why I just tell your brother to fuck off and hang up the phone, basically. That's why I act like that at 6:30. At 8:30, I'd have probably been like, Jeremy, yeah, me and you don't agree, but whatever. But at 6:30, I'm like, kiss my ass.
Yeah. Manuel says this is better, Deacon. This is more raw and uncut. This is there's no pretense here. You're getting unfiltered, Deacon.
That's right.
You guys now I have great affection for Deacon, and I don't want to make him uncomfortable. So sometimes before I run a story, it's not that often to be honest, but sometimes before I run a story, I run it by Deacon first. I'm like, are you gonna be okay if we talk about this? And there was one yesterday I floated, and you can see the title of the show that I was gonna do if you are a supporter or a founding father over on our Discord channel.
Can we read what I said? Well, I'll just read what I said
as a response, because I'm not going to give that. I'm not going to give it away.
Yeah, don't give the title of the show away.
Oh my God! I was like, "This is brilliant."
Yeah, that's what JJ said. Oh, this is
I would on Rumble. I would have gotten.
Where'd you post it at?
It's in the supporters
chat. No, it wasn't.
Yeah, I put it in there also for them to see.
Oh, there it is. It's in the other one. Okay, so before he posted the picture, JJ said, "Oh my gosh, you didn't say gosh. Oh my gosh, that is going to get hate clicks."
Yes.
And I said, I had two responses. The first response went, and the second response said, I might have to not be on the show.
Yeah. As we said, Deacon said, like, if you run a title like this, I can't even do.
I can't. I can't do that.
Let me tell you guys, this title that I didn't do is based on a CNN story, and it is 100% gold. And I love Deacon more than I love views, and that's why.
Thank you.
That's why I didn't run this. But
it's not that I don't. I mean,
because it's so good.
Good as in, let's piss off 95% of people.
Everyone.
Yeah.
It would have. There is nobody that would have seen that and it'd be like, "What the fuck is he talking about?" Click.
Yeah.
It would have been good. I might do a one-off video and not on the show, but I might put it on locals or something because it's so good. I don't know. I mean, maybe one day Deacon will be like, "Okay, run that story." All right. Do you care about genetic sequencing, Deacon?
It depends.
I saw. Okay, so first of all, Mr. E, thank you, and Mr. E and other supporters are free to drop stories into our feed, and we'll pick through them and see if that's something juicy meat. He put this in this morning, and I was like, this isn't something that would normally be on my radar because I don't care all that much about genetic sequencing and stuff, but some people do. But here's the gist. A company called AlphaFold does this language prediction model to predict genetic sequences. As you know, you've seen the genome ladder all your life. There's like four letters, and you mix them up in all kinds of different combinations, and you got whatever genetics.
Brown hair and green eyes. Yeah.
You know what you fucking learned from Jurassic Park.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So there's only
find a way.
Life will find a way. It's chaos. Drop of water on your hand. It's chaos. Okay. That's the wall.
Did you ever notice at the very beginning of that movie? I've seen this in things. I never noticed this. I've seen this in one of the things. You ever notice that when he tries to fasten the seatbelt, it's two female ends in the airplane in the movie, so he has to end up tying them together in a knot?
Oh, I think I do remember that.
That's foreshadowing since they're all females. Life.
Oh, that's clever. Steven Spielberg, huh? What a genius.
What a genius.
All right. So here's the long and short of it. You can use AI to do text prediction with only a few words and basically the letters there are. So you can drop, like, give an AI a certain kind of model, a couple of sentences, and from that it can uh, disentangle how words are built from letters and then write a bunch of words and do
Mm-hmm.
predictive text. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So using that same tech, they said, okay, well, genes are just various combinations of these letters. So they scanned a bunch of genes and ran that predictive model, and AlphaFold came up with like 200 million new protein sequences genetically. Then Facebook, which is now called Meta for some retarded reason, Facebook took their AI and did the same thing, and they generated 600 million proteins, some of which are 30% of which are considered maybe viable or likely to exist. So they generated 600 million unique proteins, some of which are totally fantasy and some of which are probably real. And then I guess from that, we'll be able to make more RNA viruses and more coronaviruses and super weapons.
Sweet.
I guess. I don't know. Why are we doing this? Are we looking
got the
for a cure to
coronavirus from
something?
eating a bat, JJ. Don't try to spread misinformation.
Oh my God. I mean, I don't know if that's true or not. We
Is that
don't know
untrue?
where coronavirus came
My
from.
bad. My bad.
I don't think it came from eating pangolins from a meat market or bats. I think, but we have no idea. The former Your Two Dads policy on coronavirus origins are, I don't know.
Hey, honestly, I'm being serious about this. I'm not being
Okay.
facetious. Honestly, if you are anyone listening that is very interested about this and genes and gene splicing and stuff like this, I would highly recommend that you look into Operation Paperclip and the Lyme disease virus. Okay, if you're really interested in this, look up Lyme disease, Operation Paperclip, and what was the island that they sent them to over there across from Lyme, Maine, the animal research facility? Do you not know anything about any of this?
I don't. You should
Okay.
be talking to my brother because this sounds like something my brother would be
You're,
telling me
I'm,
about, and
I'm
I'd be like,
honestly, your
I don't know
brother
what you
would
mean.
know all. I'm sure Jeremy would know all about what I'm talking about.
I bet he
You not know
does.
what
I don't
Operation
know.
Paperclip was after World War
Uh,
II?
is that the one where we brought all the Nazi scientists over here and we were like,
Russia was
these
grabbing those
Nazis are bad? I mean, these ones are okay. Get these in
Russia
here.
no, we didn't say it. Well, Russia was grabbing those Nazi scientists like they were going out of
Right.
style. So United States had to do something, and I'm not saying what they did was right, but they did. They made a choice. And one of the scientists that they got that they put over the head of the animal research facility up there in wherever it was, New York or wherever, was it was across the river from Lyme, Maine, this place where all these people were having these weird disorders. So they just named this disorder Lyme disease after this place. And the Nazis were trying to spread shit through ticks. You know, we knew that. But animal research and all, just look that up if you think that if you're interested in that gene stuff. I'm just regurgitating shit that I've read for 30 years.
Well,
So
you know who else is probably interested in genetics and breeding, I don't know, diseases and shit like that for science / war? Probably China. My boy Ron DeSantis, governor of Florida, also like everybody in the country likes him, sounds the alarm over Chinese purchase of Florida land for primate breeding facility. That is, China is buying a bunch of land to build a company called Join Laboratories. Purchased 1,400 acres in Levy County, Florida, for about $5.5 million. Join's founders have ties to the Chinese military. The sale is one of the largest Chinese land purchases in the United States in recent years. And Joint Laboratories, the parent of the California lab that bought the land, is a Beijing-based drug developer. So the thing that makes the land sale contentious is the land's presence 12 miles away from the Grand Forks Air Force Base. So Governor DeSantis has sought to curtail purchases like this by calling for legislation to outlaw foreign adversaries from being able to purchase land near U.S. military bases. And then what they're going to do, what they say they're going to do, is the breeding facility is currently on hold until the completion of the Committee of Foreign Investments in the United States. But they're going to breed primates there for, I don't know, test purposes, chop them up, make soup. Who knows?
That's bullshit.
I don't agree with...
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Go ahead. No, that's fine.
I was just going to say, I don't agree with foreign countries owning acres and acres of farmland in the United States. I just don't. I personally just don't like that. I don't like.
Yeah, no, it's totally crazy.
You're growing food here and sending it back to their own. I don't know. Absolutely not. You can't own. Your country can't own fucking land over here in this country, and farm it. And it makes. I don't like that. I just don't like that. I mean, I understand there's laws and stuff for it, but I don't fucking personally like it.
I mean, I think I agree with you. It should not be legal at all for foreign countries. China is not our friend.
No,
China wants to eat us.
Yes,
they want to take everything we have and leave us destitute.
Yeah, man.
So, Mr. E says it's cheaper and more profitable to buy the United States rather than wage war.
That's Chinese philosophy. I haven't heard that, but that's genius. Yeah, I agree with that 1,000%. Yeah,
and he follows that up with, it makes me wonder who really owns all these LLCs buying up our housing right now.
Right.
That is
right. Look at that.
That's a little bit of a different thing. That's going to be, what is it? BlackRock. There's like 3 or 4 of these super companies that are buying up housing, and then they're buying up housing, like both apartment building blocks and stuff, and private like house residences, like single owner homes. And so BlackRock, super company, and they're not buying it to sell it for a profit. They're buying it to own it and then rent it and lease it, so that you can't afford to buy a house and your only option is to rent forever.
Yep.
That is what they're doing.
Ashley is a real estate agent, and she has had to. I've seen a lot of really silly things in the past couple of years. It's interesting.
Oh, honestly, I could be way off about that, but like BlackRock, I think it's BlackRock. I don't know the name of the company. I am not making an assertion about BlackRock. Please don't sue me. Some company that sounds like BlackRock can come in and buy a house that you would want to buy. They can buy it for less money because they can afford to take the loss on the purchase.
No, it won't be less money. If the house is $200,000 and you bid 230, they'll bid 280.
You're right. I'm sorry. Yeah, they'll overpay.
They'll overpay. Yeah.
Drive the market up, and then because they'll just sit on it as an asset because it will always appreciate, and they could rent it out forever. So, yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. I said it the wrong way.
No, that's good. I don't know how much. I'm sure housing prices are not like that. But $200,000 is about a normal house around here. You know, that's we're talking, you want to save some money, move to Kentucky. And if you want to buy a house in West Kentucky, contact me, Deacon, and I'll put
All right.
Yeah, they just bid more and make it back through rent. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly right. I don't know.
I rented. Ashley and I, when we got together, we got a house and we rented for 7 years. We looked for 5. We rented for 7. And when I looked at how much money I had paid my landlord in 7 years, JJ, I wanted to puke. I could have puked, man. We figured it out one day. In 7 years, the money that I had given him, and the only repairs that he had done to that house is he had to put a new air conditioner in, and a new air conditioner unit, which is an expensive thing, but 7 years, the air conditioner unit we were using was like 20 years old. And when
Right.
he put that new air conditioner unit in, my electricity bill went down by $200 a month. I'm not lying. I started saving like 170 something dollars a month.
And he amortized that thing for sure, and distributed his costs over years. And he never.
He was a
Wow, that
preacher.
sucks. I mean, like, this is worth talking about probably at greater length. That is
Yeah.
rents versus ownership, but it's so expensive to own right now. And you know what's going to get even more difficult? Being able to finance a mortgage for a house, because the Fed has raised the interest rates like 4 times this year, 6 times this year, something like that. It just went up again. It's going to get more expensive to borrow money from the banks to buy a house, because we don't live in a world where you can just save your money and buy a house.
No. No, we don't
So
live in a world where you can save your money.
so with certain pressures on one side, making the housing market like shrink and making it where you can't even afford to get what you have to buy anyway. I mean, like, people are gonna, I don't know. They're gonna, what are they gonna own? Nothing. They're gonna be happy. Is that what Davos wants you to do? So
There's going to there's going to be a point to where something changes.
Oh,
So
sorry. Hey, one of my friend and also a viewer on the show, Jordan. He actually works in heat and AC. He says air conditioners are the third most expensive buy for most people, behind houses and cars.
yeah, I think
And
he's right. I think he spent, it was $12,000 on this unit.
oh, really?
Yeah, maybe.
That seems like a lot.
8, 9.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I know that I had to have my entire system like replaced or whatever, and I think it was like $7.5, $8,000, and that was this year.
And we
So,
live in a part of the world where
and we didn't
I
get the best
have
one.
all 4 seasons. And in the winter, it can get down to below 0. And in the summer this year, it was 115, with the humidity at 99%. So I have to have a heater and and an air conditioner. I can't just get one.
People show up for drones and zombies and missiles, and they get 2 dads talking about air conditioning and rent.
That's pretty good. I can't laugh. It still hurts my throat.
Okay. Hey, I want to say welcome to Jency Amer 86. I don't recognize your name.
That's when Julie and I were in Nashville. It was already happening there. It won't be long until it's in this area. What is he talking about? That's my brother-in-law.
I think he's talking about the buy-up of housing market.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that's a guy, Jency, but I'm not sure.
That's my brother-in-law.
Oh, it is it? Oh, okay. Yeah. Welcome. Thanks for watching. If you haven't already, please hit like, subscribe.
Yeah. What's up, dude? I hadn't talked to him in a while.
And visit rumble.com/JJW, because that's the YouTube insurance. Because when Deacon gets us kicked off YouTube, that's where you can watch us talk.
I have never got us kicked off YouTube, but only once.
That's not ever, except for like once or twice. Yeah, once. The fight video got us the warning. It got me the warning. Okay. Man, we're not done yet. Let's talk about some interesting stuff. Don't care about that. Don't care about IQ very much. Okay. Here we go. Let's talk. This is great. We got enough time for this. Let's talk movies and stuff. Deek.
All right.
Not zombies. We're not doing zombies yet. We're gonna get to zombies, but this is less interesting, so it has to go first. As you recall, a couple of days ago, we talked about this movie coming out called The Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, which stars this frumpy-looking dude playing Namor, not Namor. Namor.
It's Namor. Are they calling him Namor?
Yeah, Namor. Have you not seen the little clip where he names himself? My people call me Laba 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 Laba, but my enemies call me Namor. So I'm
That's
sorry. I don't
fine.
know. Yeah.
That's cool. It sounds better than my redneck ass Namor. Is that
No, that's
Namor over?
Namor is how it's supposed to be said. I don't
I
know, but
know.
whatever.
Whatever. That's
Glue
cool.
on some
All right.
I have been
That can
mislabeling this
sound
movie.
cool.
It is not it's not Aztec culture glued onto Atlantis. It is Mayan culture. They are super
Oh,
gluing Mayan culture onto Atlantis. My
well,
bad.
there's such a huge
So
difference.
Dad bod Namor,
Yes, there is. I'm
according
sorry.
to
That was rude.
what? Yeah.
I
So
said
Kevin
censorship.
Feige,
Go ahead. I'm mute my mic.
Kevin Feige says that future appearances of Dad bod Namor depend on Wakanda Forever's success. So if you want more of this, you better show up at the box office, boys and girls. You better buy those tickets and make sure that Black Panther Wakanda Forever is just as smashing a success as the original, even though it doesn't have Chadwick Boseman.
So wait a minute.
Yeah.
Is Wakanda Forever going to be about Wakanda or Atlantia? Because from right now, all I've got is a bunch of Wakandan people that we've already seen.
Uh-huh.
And then we got a brand new Prince Namor. And then we have Chukachukachi, Hammerhead. What's his name?
Atuma.
And he's underwater too. So it really looks like
Namor
is going to be fighting Atuma, and it's going to be a big story about them with Wakanda kind of off to the side.
Oh, hey, you're a storyteller,
Wakanda,
Deacon. You're a storyteller. So let's see if we can, since you know almost as much as I do, which is basically nothing about this movie. Let's see if we can pick this apart. Okay, we have the Black Panther, who's obviously dead because we saw a funeral scene in the trailer, and sadly, Chadwick Boseman passed away. So he's gone. And in the first movie, Killmonger, aka Michael B. Jordan's character, got stabbed in the gut or something, and instead of using the most advanced technology on the planet, the most advanced medical science on the planet to save his life because he just got stuck in the gut with a stick, instead of that, they just dragged him out to a cliff and let him bleed out. It's compassion for you.
I've never seen the movie.
Whateve. You've never seen Black Panther? It's good. I mean, it's okay. I'd give it like a 7. Okay, so that's what happened at the end of the first movie. And so now we are left with Black Panther's mom being real upset. She's doing like United Nations Karen stuff on a microphone, talking about being mad. And we have the Dora Milaje, who are like, I don't know, the king died and they're upset. And we got Black Panther's sister, Shuri, played by Letitia Wright. So that's so far in the Wakanda side, we got like a bunch of girls. Okay, fine, fair. And also somehow Ironheart, Riri Williams, is in this thing where she's being Iron Man. That's in the movie. And what do we know about Wakanda? Vibranium, right? Wakanda's got the vibranium, so we know that.
Riri's there.
That's why Riri is there. So apparently, from my understanding, yeah, and she's super smart. The Atlanteans, who have been here the whole time, but like, I don't know, whatever, they just don't like it up here. The Atlanteans have a little bit of vibranium, and Namor shows up in Wakanda, probably for vibranium, right? That's got to be the reason that he would show up in Wakanda.
Because
and
Atuma
he shows
has
up
done something to his underwater world. And he needs more vibranium to
right. So Atuma would be probably like somebody from his team, somebody from his culture, somebody but is undermining him in a political rival, right?
Yeah. Right. Opposing force.
Yeah, and opposing force from his people, and Namor and the Atlanteans probably think that all the humans are bad and the Wakandans are bad, but actually it's Atuma doing bad stuff.
Then maybe they don't think that they're bad, but they're definitely better than them. Because Namor is better. He's better.
It's Namor.
Sorry. My bad.
It's Dad bod Namor.
But yeah, I agree with that, and I think that then he will have to come up to Wakanda in order to try to secure some more vibranium, and
Sure.
it's going to cause strife, a political strife between the Wakandans,
Uh-huh.
and some of them are going to want to help, and some of them are not going to want to help. And then Atuma is probably going to attack Wakanda in some way or do something devastating to
Right.
rally the Wakandans, like
Right.
a 9/11 type, rallying
Okay.
point to
So
not
some
as
sort of like terrorist attack or something.
with whatever, however you want to label that
Yeah.
terrorist attack, however
All
it's,
right.
it's going to be a fixture that is going to rally the Wakandans, and then the Wakandans will get behind Namor, and then Namor, Prince Namor, will win, and they will save the day. Yay!
Oh, so by the end, Namor will be the hero and will save the Atlanteans from the bad Atlantean.
I think yeah, the bad Atlantean will be gone somehow, and Prince Namor will be the hero, and
Hmm.
he can go back under the water.
And so would that mean would that mean that Namor would be
Prince Namor
the
to you.
Prince Namor. Would that mean that Prince Namor it would be sort of the cause of his own problem?
Aren't
You
most
know,
of these aren't most of
uh,
these
so
superheroes the cause of their
so
own problems,
so
JJ?
so it might be following the Iron Man problem, where Iron Man always causes the problem that that he and the Avengers go and
Mm,
solve. So
could be.
Namor's political ignorance of his own rivals within his people's organization or whatever, his, uh, he his belief in his friends that doesn't understand they're actually his enemies would be the cause of the all the strife. Because obviously the Atlanteans are being the aggressors here. They're attacking people. Okay, isn't that? Oh, and he does have little wings on his feet. Look at those little wings. So it aerodynamically doesn't make sense. These I don't know what's up with this trailer. YouTube can't play a trailer very well. All right, whatever. Hey, if you want Black Panther Wakanda Forever, if you want more Namor, ooh, if you want more, Namor,
More Namor?
I'm gonna have to work on that. More Namor, or I don't know. I need to workshop that. Anyway, you want more? You got to show up next week, right after elections.
49?
Go watch
49? I
Wakanda
had
Forever.
something else I was gonna mention.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay. We can talk about it
All right,
then.
check now, guys. You held in there. It's been nearly an hour. Let's talk about zombies, because don't you miss zombie movies? I miss them. Here we go. Oh
Don't
my
you
god. We were talking about rent and air conditioners.
That's interesting
From
stuff, dude.
I know. Bounding into comics. A new Evil Dead Rise sequel drops first look at Deadites and confirms official release date.
Oh, sweet, okay.
Yes. Now, but this is
Is it
not the
what the
only one.
Deadites? No, that's not the
Like the bodies of those possessed series signature Deadites, Sam Raimi's iconic Evil Dead franchise is about to rise again in a big way. On October 31st, 2022, the official Evil Dead franchise Twitter account rang in the spooky holiday with a bevy of new information regarding the series' upcoming entry, Evil Dead Rise. Beginning by changing the profile images to reveal the film's veiny logo, the account then shared not only the film's very first publicity still, but also revealed its release date. Trick or treat Deadites, the account wrote, here is the first look for Evil Dead Rise in theaters April 21st. And you got like, I mean, honestly, that is some cheap looking makeup right there. Okay, that's a deadite. She barely looks dead. Okay. This news comes as a welcome update for Evil Dead fans, particularly given Rise's rather long production history. A new potential Evil Dead movie was released in 2013 following the release of the series reboot, though it was unclear if any such project would be a direct sequel to a reboot or a true Evil Dead 4. However, as this potential project would end up taking a backseat to another entry in the franchise, which was the Ash versus Evil Dead TV show, which the first season was great, and then there was also like another season or two. The Starz exclusive produced with the full support of Raimi and the franchise star Bruce Campbell. The series would run for 3 seasons total from between 2015 and 2018. Did you ever watch Ash versus the Evil Dead? Yes. You agree it was good? He nods in agreement. The radio silence regarding a potential sequel would end a year after Ash vs. Evil Dead was canceled when Raimi himself confirmed in 2019 there's more Evil Dead coming, courtesy of the Evil Dead remake and 30 Days of Night production studio Ghost House Pictures. Though it was originally presumed that Raimi himself would be helming this new Evil Dead film, it was later revealed that he had handpicked a new writer/director to take over the series' reins. Relatively unknown horror director, Cronin's primary claim to fame was his work on the 2019 horror movie Hole in the Ground. Did you watch The Hole in the Ground? Never heard of it.
That. Never heard of it.
I don't know what that is.
Oh, okay.
Outside of his acclaimed directorial debut, he may be known for directing a Washington State-based episode of something that you've never seen, and neither have I, and neither has anybody watching this show. Though little about the plot of The Evil Dead, according to an official synopsis, it appears the series will be following Ash to rest in peace, and it appears the series will be allowing Ash to rest in peace and follows a completely new cast of characters.
Good. That's what I was going to ask you. If it didn't say anything about this, this is what I was going to ask you. No, I'm not trying to say anything negative about Bruce Campbell because he is a god.
Legendary.
Right? Legendary, godly human being. Love him. But if we're going to continue with this Evil Dead, which I'm cool with it, let's bring some new people in there, but let's at least keep somebody with his character. Not
some
the
traits
character, but
some of his traits.
Some of his character traits, and that's easily explained that Ash trained them, or one of them could be his offspring, or something like that. It's easily explained, but give them a couple of his assholish traits. You know, that condescending, narcissistic. You know, I'm a bad.
Oh yeah.
First, you
totally narcissistic. Believes himself to be a hero. Doesn't want to do any work. Has little to no regard for people around him.
He's the greatest. That character was the greatest.
So I think this is the synopsis here. When road-weary Beth pays an overdue visit to her older sister Ellie, who's raising 3 kids in her own cramped LA apartment, the sisters' reunion is cut short by the discovery of a mysterious book deep in the bowels of Ellie's building. The book's contents, spoken aloud, give rise to flesh-possessing demons, and Beth finds herself thrust into the primal battle for survival as she is faced with the most nightmarish version of motherhood imaginable. Oh, okay.
I have used that like passphrase.
Yeah.
Necto, Varaktu, Nictau, or whatever. I can't even remember it now. I've used that.
Nectu, Varata, and
there you go. I said all the words. Look at the book now. I've used that little thing as like a, what's the passphrase?
Yeah.
What's the code word?
Let's see. It'll be different. I mean, it's not going to be Raimi directing, and it's not going to be Bruce on screen. So whoever Ellie
and different, but I hope that they at least
Beth is, they better be bringing some charisma.
And another thing that I would like is I want to see some of the same cinematography that was used in the other Evil Deads. You know, the campy running at you real quick with the, you know, the real quick camera zooming in, you know what I'm talking about from the Evil Dead movies when they do that.
Yeah.
That campy ass cinematography that they used in the
You know how
movies.
Raimi did that? They would put the camera on. They would record slow, so that when you play it back, it's faster. And they took I mean, back in the first movie, they
Right.
took the camera,
That's
they
what I
hung
mean,
it on a 2x4, and then two guys ran with the 2x4, one over here, one over there, and they ran through the forest. That's how
That's
he. That's it.
honestly what it
That.
freaking looks like, you know? It looks like somebody running, you know, like that. It's crazy, but I
Yeah.
loved it. That's what made that first movie frightening, is the cinematography in it. You know, because that first movie was not funny to me. I go back
Young.
now and watch it, but I watched it back then. It was scary as hell. Evil Dead was scary as hell to me.
Brian Perkins over on Rumble says, and by the way, Rumble is more important to us than YouTube, so I'm definitely bring this out. Brian Perkins says, if you like Ash, you should watch Burn Notice. Did you ever watch Burn Notice?
No, but I've heard of that.
He played Sam. I can't remember his name, Sam, but he was basically like this FBI agent that was I think FBI, something like that.
Really?
FBI agent that was the co-star of the show, and he and the two main characters on the show were a former spy and like his like off and on girlfriend, and then sometimes Bruce Campbell's beer drinking FBI buddy would get in on the shenanigans, and he was on the show for like a long time. It was great. It was a good show. Good show. Bruce Burn
Okay.
Notice.
I can watch
Yeah.
that. I'll start watching that.
It's really good. It's like it was like a USA show from like 2012 to like 2018.
I've heard
or
of
something
it.
like that.
Yeah, I've definitely heard of it.
I mean, if you like Bruce Campbell, watch
I love
that show
Bruce
because
Campbell.
Bruce
Okay.
Campbell's all day long over there.
Okay. All right. Excellent.
All right, so we got a couple more movie stories, and then I have another. I got another zombie one. So let's knock these out real quick. Turns out that Black Adam is banned in China, and Pierce Brosnan believes that that might be your fault if you like Marvel movies. So Pierce Brosnan, who's I don't know. I mean, for an older guy in a superhero suit, it looks okay. Looks all right, I guess. Pierce Brosnan is commenting on Marvel fans being. Let's see if there's a quote here.
Oh, where's Mom?
Oh, hold on, just a sec. Come on over. Come here, showstopper. No, you don't want to come over here. Mom's at the gym. Okay. My bad. How are you gonna quote Pierce Brosnan? It says Pierce Brosnan and Marvel fans. I misread that. Pierce Brosnan and Marvel fans. So there is a strict censorship board that has not been welcoming to Hollywood blockbusters and the Marvel Cinematic Universe being locked out completely. So China basically did not like the fact that we made a Shang-Chi movie, I think, and they didn't like the fact that there was gay people in Eternals. So ever since like Shang-Chi and Eternals, China has been like, no.
Shang-Chi.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Pardon me.
But
no more me saying it wrong. Anyway,
that's good.
Thanks. So anyway, if you're a big fan of Black Adam, but you're in China, I'm sorry, you're gonna have to, I don't know, steal it or something, because China is not gonna let you watch Black Adam. I don't
All right. No, Black Adam's the Rock one, right?
Yeah, it's the Rock one. Is it making a ton of money? It's making some money.
Disney to race swap a number of X-Men for the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Use cameos from Fox films as better bait.
I thought maybe you'd have some opinions about this.
What the fuck do they mean by better bait?
Well, people like the character, the actors that played the characters in the Fox films, aka Professor X, right? We like the
Patrick
Professor
Stewart,
X.
Hugh Jackman. Yeah.
The young one too. Who's the young one? Yeah, Black Adam
Yeah,
is
yeah.
DC.
I
Brian,
like
yes, he is.
I liked the young Professor X. Yeah,
I
he
normally
was
can remember his name
James,
because I
James
like him.
McAvoy. Is it James
Yeah,
McAvoy?
James McAvoy, who starred in Children of Dune in like 2002 from the
Mm.
sci-fi series. Pretty good show. Though he's obviously done more important stuff since then. So Disney's been tight-lipped about silver screen plans for the X-Men in the MCU. In a message sent to WDW Pro, a reporter subsequently shared verbatim to Disney-centric outlet News the Park Place. The insider alleged that the studio's outlook towards race swapping the X-Men was, quote, was not, quote, should we do it, but rather, quote, how much to include. Okay, so they're going to race swap X-Men characters as they bring them into the MCU. So,
Whatever.
yeah,
I don't care anymore.
okay.
You're not gonna stop it, and I mean, I don't. Fine, that's
Who
fine.
cares?
Tell the story.
Oh, wait, hold on. Do you think they're going to
Tell
make
it as good as Samuel L. Jackson, the Nick Fury one. That one was a good one. I was
Do you think
completely
they're going to make Storm, Aurora Storm? Do you think they're going to make her a white South African?
No,
Oh, they're not going to do that?
no, JJ. No, they're not.
Oh, it only goes the other way? Okay,
Yes,
well,
it only
whatever.
goes the other way. There's
Whatever.
reason it goes the other way. I mean, me and you know the history of comic books in this country as good as anybody else listening. And if we started going off on that, that little number up there would even keep shrinking. That little eye would keep shrinking down.
You know who has strong opinions about this? Because it's not me, because I don't care that much.
Who? Oh, you turned around.
Eric July.
I knew you.
Eric July has strong opinions about this. And he says that Eric July says that this is just tokenization. You take existing characters that were white, you make them black, and then like that's supposed to be black representation. He says, not me, because I don't care. He says that's not good enough. And what we should have are new, good, compelling characters that represent black people.
I agree with that 5 billion%. That is always what I said. If you don't want, then don't use this character. Use a different character. Tell a different story. Quit regurgitating this shit over and over and over again. I know it's easy to do, and that's an easy way to make money because I can tell you a story today, and in 15 years, I can tell that exact same story again to somebody, possibly you, and get you to pay for it again in 15 years. But I've got a whole new people that's never heard this story before. And I'm telling the same story, except I just changed a couple of things in it. And that's all Hollywood's been doing for like 30, 40 years now.
There's Jordan. Jordan says, like ISOM. Yeah, he caught up with us. Yes, ISOM. I'm holding up my copy of ISOM right here. And I support Eric July, and he's awesome. Okay. So, the only thing I got to say about this is
I've got to get out mine.
Go ahead.
I want to show
Marvel.
this.
Oh, what you got? Oh, you got one? You got yours there?
What I got.
Yeah. Oh, he's got, see, I've got the, I got the C cover, I believe, which is pretty cool. It's got Alpha Core on here. But Deacon's got the, I think the A cover, and it's signed A cover. So here, hold it up again. Hold it up again. Here, look at that. Signed A cover. What? Resentment.
I support.
Okay.
My money where my mouth is.
I
when I have money.
Disney. I'm pretty sure this story got floated because Disney wanted my thoughts on the matter. So I say this, Disney. I dare you make all of them race swapped. Everyone. Yes, dear.
I don't want them to race swap. I want them to create new characters of all different races and of different colors of skin that we don't even have yet. Not like purple and orange, but of different because different hairstyles, different hair colors. I don't care about that mess because I want our children to feel like they are represented in comics I want them to be able to pick a superhero and like them, and connect to them.
Right.
I want
Well,
your daughters to be able to pick a superhero and be like, I like America Chavez because daddy, she's got curly dark hair like me. And she's not like Emma Frost. She don't like Emma Frost, but she
right.
loves America Chavez. And I want characters
Well,
like that.
I think that Disney should commit all the way. If you're going to do this, commit all the way. All of the mutants, make them all race swapped. This is what I say. And hold on. No, let's do that. Let's just go all the way. This is accept and embrace and amplify. So all the mutant, every one of them, none of them white. All of them, just change them all. And let's emphasize the fact that they're mutants and that they're a different species. And on film, visually, let's make sure that they have, I don't know, give them all a characteristic that looks mutant, like give them all a tail, or they could all have basset hound ears, something like that. So that we know that they're not like the regular people, but they're better. They have superpowers and basset hound ears, something like that. It's just some ideas for Disney.
I don't know if we should go that far, but
JJ encourages Disney to cast basset.
You don't think we should have like the Blob on screen?
Yeah.
From
do you think they're gonna, Deacon? Is Disney gonna race swap the Blob? Do you think they would do that?
What? That's
nope.
weird.
That one's gonna be white. All right. Here we go.
All right.
They said she peed her pants, but she took care of it.
She didn't tell me that. Sorry, my kid came in here. Okay, here's the last one, Deacon, and then we're done. We're done. And we're back to zombies. This is probably I'm more excited about this than the other one, to be honest.
You got the
horror fans. This is from we've got this covered.com. Horror fans hungry to feast on the long rumored zombie sequel that they've been waiting for. We're talking about Danny Boyle's sequel to 28 Weeks Later. We're talking about 28 months later. That's right. Yes. 28 days later saw Cillian Murphy's character Jem wake up from a coma to discover that England had been ravaged by a zombie outbreak. The film was a huge success, but it took 5 years to make the sequel 28 Weeks Later, and then that got to screen. That film was directed by Juan Carlos Fresnadillo with a different cast, and the cliffhanger ending saw that the rage virus had crossed the pond into France and essentially everybody. It got everywhere. With an open-ending conclusion, fans were kind of sure there would be another movie, and it's been 15 years since that movie came out, and there's been nothing else. So Danny Boyle says Alex Garland has finished the script for 28 months later, and it feels like a good time to make it. And Cillian Murphy is down to return as the first movie's character, Jem.
Very sweet.
What?
That's cool.
Mr. E said Hawkeye died in 28 Weeks Later. Hawkeye. I don't remember which character was Hawkeye. This is I'm not sure that I'm not sure that the cast from 28 Weeks Later will be in
Jeremy,
this.
what's his name in that movie?
Jeremy Renner? Was he in that? No. So 28 Weeks killed him before the Avengers did.
Yeah, he was in it.
Yeah. All right. So that's it right there. Rage virus, 28 months later. I want to see this one. This looks good.
I want to watch both of them again. It's been so long.
You should. I don't even. Have you seen
the only thing I remember? I don't think I ever saw 28 Weeks Later, but the only thing I remember is just the running ass zombies and hiding in this one particular truck. I can remember him getting in this one, and it was just so freaking, oh my God, what the hell is going on here? Because zombies didn't move that way.
Danny Boyle's a genius, so it's going to be good.
I'm all about somebody taking something and changing one little thing, one little aspect to give it a whole new twist, man.
Yes.
That's really cool to me. You don't have to do much.
All right, guys, thanks for watching. That's it for the show this morning. I'm glad you hung in there.
I'm feeling much better today than I have. My throat
I'm so happy to
feeling
hear that.
much better. Hopefully, I was able to eat 2 bites of chicken noodle soup yesterday and have it actually go all the way down my throat. And
Wow.
so I'm hoping to be able to actually eat something solid today for the first time in a week. I haven't eaten anything solid since last Friday.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy. You need to.
So
Oof.
watch
I'm
your
glad
health,
you're feeling better.
kiddos.
I'm glad you're feeling better.
Thank you. Watch your health, and I will always say this, watch your sugar. You don't need that candy bar. You don't need that extra donut. As much as great as it freaking tastes, man, I've got a bunch of damn Halloween cupcakes sitting in my house right now that
Throw
I
them in
just
the trash, dude. Toss them
oh,
in the trash.
as much
Toss
as
them in
I
the trash.
love that stuff, I would love it.
Mm-mm.
Don't do it. Just willpower. Make yourself better than you think you are. Tell yourself, I am stronger than my stupid ass brain. And I don't have to have that crap as much as I want it. Is that's what I've
You
had to
can do
do.
it.
You stay away from the sugar, folks. Please, please.
Get away from it. Get away from it. Guys, I invite you back next Monday. If you haven't already, please hit like, subscribe, follow us on Rumble. On rumble.com, there's also a link to get to our locals channel if you want to support the show and keep our production costs, which are very low. But if you want to support the show and express your love with dollar bills, then you can go to locals.com, and that's where you can do that. And whether you pay us or not, there is a link to our secret Discord server where you can come chat with us all day long, throw stories at us, post pictures of your guns, all kinds of stuff. It's Wild West in there. I love it. Come join us on Discord. And that's all we got this morning. We are going to roll. I'll be back on Sunday to draw. Come hang out with me and draw and talk about whatever you want. I'll have guests on if you guys want to join in. And otherwise, we'll be back on Monday morning to talk about the news and save the problems of the world. We're going to point out the problems of the world, and we're going to tell everybody for free how to fix the problems for free. It's amazing. This is the best.
What we do.
Air conditioning, rent, anything. Anything can come up over here.
Next week, we're going to tell you how to save money and winterize your house right here on the JJ Deek Show.
What? Plastic wrap. Okay, bye, everybody.
One.
Wrong damn one.
Jeez.
This one?
Professional.